Hey, welcome back here. So today's we're gonna back up our data files on OneNote for just for the purpose of moving it from from OneDrive to a NAS server or to a drive. You can move it around, but in this case, I'm just gonna show it. I'll show how to move your data file from one location to another. But in my situation, I'm going from OneDrive to a NAS storage. So for those who have OneNote and you have all your data here, for example, let's go to our data files and say you lose your. So for example, this one right here in the top is not syncing anymore, but it's pointing to my OneDrive when I was a student at the Wake Tech. So I lost that account already, so there's no purpose for me to keep backing up there, but I'm getting incomplete sync. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redirect it to, I've already did it, but I'm going to do a test. Redirect it back to a NAS server, or you can do it to another OneDrive or to a local drive. But the point is so your data keeps syncing every time you create new files, right? So for example, right now, let's go back here. We have this file. You have to be inside the file. So for example, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say I'm backing up. I'm on backup test. In this case, in this scenario, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna change the redirection. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do an export on the data file, the cache that's inside this computer, or it's inside the drive, the OneDrive, and go to Notebook. The data file is called the onepkg. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and export it out. Now this also happens. So wherever you're backing up your data, say your computer crashes or your hard drive crashes, if you have it in your hard drive, it's gonna crash. You're gonna lose all your data. For example, I have 5+ years, and some people I even have more. So, for example, right now I'm gonna look for my desktop. I'm just gonna drop it in the desktop right now, and then this is I'll show you the redirection here. I didn't mean to select the NAS for now. Let's go into. We're gonna point it to the NAS, and in your case, you guys might be pointing it somewhere else, but you guys will get the idea. So I'm gonna drop it in this test backup dev folder. This is where I like to do my backups, my practice backups. So OneNote, I'm gonna go ahead and select the data file here. It doesn't have this data file doesn't have a lot, so it's gonna be really quick. But for example, my other data files, they have 5+ years there, a lot of data. So you want to make sure you keep your data safe. So now let's go ahead and go into that folder. We just opened up that folder, so let's go ahead and open it up. Go to your File Explorer. Once you open it, you can unpack that file, and that's where you'll point it to the NAS, OneDrive, your C drive, D drive, wherever you're gonna point it to. So it's on. I want to get it away from this drive because my email already got disabled. So I know my OneDrive. It's for some reason I still have access to it, but I don't want to wait until I don't have access and I have a bunch of data there. But here, so this is where I exported that file. Now, once you see your file right here, test OneNote backup 1 point, you just double click on it. You want to unpack that file. Once you double click on it, you're gonna see that pop up what you want to see, and then here the name you can rename it, but this is where the password you're gonna change it to. So for example, mine, I'm getting it away from there because it's asking me to sign in, and I don't have access anymore. So it's just any new thing, any new data that I input, it's not gonna sync in, so I'm gonna lose. So I have to be very careful. So here I already have a path to my NAS. In your case, you guys have to know where you want to change it to. Make sure you can put it to another OneDrive. You can put it to a external drive, to a USB drive. I'm putting it into a NAS, and I'm pointing it to just right here. I'm backing it up just right here with that same name. So say select, it'll create a folder. And once I say create, here it goes, Z. Unpacking. Okay, loading. Once it loads, I'm gonna close out. Now that's like detaching, removing it. So now once it's already pointing back, let's go open it up. So we have two that we're gonna unpin. In other words, close them out. So I'm gonna start with this one right here. So for example, if I do a sync, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna do a sync, and so since the OneDrive in WakeTech is asking for a password, that one's not gonna sync. This is the first one. It's gonna fail. Incomplete sync. I already did the redirection, but all these are up to date. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna close this. Now I'm gonna open up the one that I wanna close or unpin. So this one right here. So we want to do, this is the final step. You want to close. Now this is going to remove it from your list. Once you remove it, it's away from your list, and you don't get those redirections, or you get those pop-ups, you get the sign in. For example, it's asking me to sign in all the time. So I don't need to be trying to go back if I know I don't have access anymore. But my data is still sitting on my NAS. You can keep doing backups. You can even back it up. You can have like a failover backup. Okay, so now let's go back in here. So now we're clean. 1, 2, 3. Now one of these I'm gonna remove, and I'm gonna remove the one that was pointing to the OneDrive, because I already know I don't have anything there. I don't have no business being there because it's backing up to the NAS. So let's go back into, just to make sure. So it's gonna be this one right here, this test one, OneDrive Live. This I'm gonna so this one is gonna be we'll figure it out right now. Since I have two names that I named, they're both the same. But let's see if I can no, you know what? Here. Let's close it up from here. Close. And there we have a clean data file, PKG files all across. Some people have more, but all your data's backed up now. Let's resync. Perfect. Everything is, I'm gonna resync all. And that's exactly what you want to see. It's gonna sync automatically once you start working and creating your notes. But so this is how you move your data back and forth. Well, hopefully you guys learned something. All right, see you guys. Have a good one.